So the reason I couldn't stream today is because I completely forgot I was supposed to do things today, and yeah, that's gonna happen there. And if you hear things, you hear things, because I'm just gonna say Jordan, because I need to record, so... As I get into your Gothag medical history, all perks, random item stats, Future Jordan needs to do a thing, so hopefully Future Jordan remembers to do the thing. We're a jury, by the way, and I just actually I have a lot on my mind. I don't know why I am doing this to myself, but you know what? Things happen, so they stay in. So second mystery, dexterity, charisma, strength. That also means, as I have light check and maybe Takshay-san, that some things might not get done this weekend, but it will depend. I will still do the stream tomorrow. That's why I rescheduled everything. So yeah, I guess we'll just live with what we get. Also, I'm jury, so I actually might want to. I want to try out Army Knife Jury. I'm also. One last thing about real life stuff, because it matters to this channel, is that I will be... Oh, no, I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind, moving on. Moving on. So whatever happens, happens, and that's what whatever happens, Future Jordan deals with it. It's perfectly fine, because I have to do this at some point, and if I don't, then I just come out with a post, and it's like, fine. So Ward, Arms Botanist Festival Metamorphosis, that's partly why this is a quick play as well, because I did not... do a thing when I was actually shifting things up. Do I want to do Metamorphosis first? Is that a good idea? I guess we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens, because even if we were on all perks, right, as we get focused on the run, Village, Hospital, Max Threat Level, High Threat Level, Mansion, it was. Arms, and I think there was one more. Technically Botanist, but... That's not a reason to put to the... If you're visiting the village 3 times, there just are not enough base investigations at the moment that take you to the village, which is why we're putting the police patrols downtown. And if we are jury, we might as well use the checkbook, which I feel has been recently buffed a lot. Also, what are we on? Why do I have so many funds? No, because I sold the medical kit, which sells for 2. Please give me the army knife immediately. Okay, fine. I'll use that, but that means we need to do this again. I've done runs with level 3 jury, so this is perfectly fine, especially if it's jury perks, because if unfortunate to say, jury's own perks, they're okay. They're not quite in my, well, if I were to give a more critical opinion, if we're looking at the negatives of jury, it's that her perks are not good enough for Harbinger, is what I was trying to say. Is there something else I forgot to do? No. 19% Doom, 38% Horror Progress, but we should be able to hit level 3 relatively comfortably. Again, before Jury was buffed at least twice, I feel. She was still okay, in my opinion. That's where my opinion of normally hitting level 3 as Jury comes from in my comfort, because I normally hit level 3 as Jury. So before 1.0, definitely. And now with 1.0, when Horror Progress actually decreases, then sure. But I don't think I ever finished that pseudo challenge that was do a run without the horror catching up to you. It's definitely possible, but obviously it's... as I almost forget to equip the army knife. It definitely relies on some amount of RNG. Like, you're not going to hit quick play, get jury, and get the exact run without re-rolling mysteries to not put your horror progress to 100%, which is what I normally aimed for. Also, this is possible. Would I like to hit this twice? Sure. I don't really get to brace into anything, though. Why is my strength 5, by the way? Do I get to do this? That would be great, actually. Because the numbers are still on my side, unless I... Well, actually, no, 50-50. Yeah, I need to hit 2 out of 3. I also forgot to... No, we wouldn't have leveled up anyway. Yeah, we wouldn't have leveled up anyway. Really? That doesn't pop up during battle? Okay, cool. I wonder if that's been a recent change, or if that's always been there to prevent pseudo-infinites. Because I know being able to check certain cards, like curses, status effects, and removing them or doing things to interacting with them, basically, allows you to do pseudo-infinites. But items are the most prevalent form. So, the reason why I was doing my calculations is I could brace to an attack, so a 50% chance to do 5 damage for -1 all, or take -3 all and do 1 attack for 5 damage guaranteed, and the second one is 70%, I almost said 7 damage, 70% at 5 damage for 3 all. So that's assuming, so that let's just, again, here's where my numbers are coming from. So with this outlook, and I need a plan for this because, as Jory here, this could be important, as Metamorphosis often is. So I removed -1 all because that's pretty much an attack I could do with just brace attack. So if I brace attack, that would be the assumption. The assumption would be I get that attack guaranteed, quote unquote, because here I'm losing -3 all, but one attack is guaranteed. Whereas opposed to if I just do this, I'm assuming I hit this for one turn and take -1 all damage. Does that make sense? Did I word that clearly to any extent at all? So then I'm looking at -2 all for 70%. And actually, you know what? Brace attack has a little better odds because the chance of missing 2 brace attacks is 25%, or alternatively hitting 1. No? Am I doing the math right? Anywho, I'm going to do this and just eat 3 damage to the face. If for no other reason than for World of Horror specific reasons, if you are going to go all out, I'll go all out on your first turn. Because I could throw the empty bottle. That might actually save me more HP. I don't really have anything else I can do. But to finish the thought, go all out on your first turn, because the enemies will never do a special attack on the first turn. Or almost every enemy that has a special attack will not do it on the first turn, if that makes sense. I guess I can brace here. Yeah, I can brace. No, I can't, because then I need to... Well, I still need to do the... Yeah, so we're going to do this so we only go down to -3 stamina. That way I can, 1, save the empty bottle, but also, 2, do Desperate Struggle into Prep Strong. I keep calling Desperate Struggle Desperation. I should just call it Desperate, and I think I do sometimes, but I often forget. And I kind of want to be syntax correct in this case. Otherwise, why have I been playing... Oh, we are on all perks, by the way. These two are both good, but... Better if I use the faster weapon. I know I dunk on fast weapons that only do 3 damage a lot, but as you've seen before on this channel, or if you haven't, being able to do 4 damage with, say, a brick or the steak knife with a good amount of dexterity is pretty good. This is big RNG. You could get very good things. You could not. But for kind of safety reasons, I'm gonna do... No, I'm gonna take Core Strength. That Core Strength hasn't failed me as often as First Aid has, because stamina is still a worry for First Aid, funny enough. Although at the same time, First Aid, by extension, First Aid can provide indirect healing by way of, you know you're going to get First Aid, so you trade 2 reason for 1 stamina. That's not, I've also overlooked it until someone brought it to my attention. I was like, yeah, that's kind of right. So, nonetheless, I'm still healing reason in the bath, but you get what I mean. I think we take Ward now. Yeah, we take Ward now, save arms for 3rd, because bad things can happen. To remind myself, because it's also been brought to my attention at least a few times, I could grab painkillers here. I just really don't like using Doom a lot of the time, except for, obviously, the reasons that I like to use Doom, which are often tied to grabbing a pack of cigarettes at the vending machines, but... It's because I think about the... And yes, painkillers are numerically better for you, on Harbinger at least. Ugh, I didn't know I was going to pass that, but fine. I'll take good luck. But going 1 for 1 on HP to Doom, I feel like... I mean, it's good, relatively, but not relatively. If I'm looking at things more objectively, it's not as great. Also, nice 12 roll, but... I guess that's what I get for passing a low charisma check, so... Off we go. Did I fill the empty bottle, by the way? Please tell me I filled the empty bottle. So, and I will like to add the asterisk now that I remember that, but... Or now that that's happened, but I do often make mistakes on my own. So, yeah. So we can brace here. We lose 2 stamina for it, but we can guarantee this. Because handcuffs exist... Without handcuffs, I'm really interested... As I get mangled hand, by the way. I'm really interested to see how many of my runs I would have failed without handcuff tech, but again, I don't really think it's... I mean, yes, if you want to look in technically, like, in terms of the intended use of the handcuffs, then perhaps yes. I'm sure that it wasn't designed to be used in the way that I just used it. I think I might actually take Zeal. Deduction isn't bad on Jury, but... What do I have? I have Arms next. I would like Zeal instead, funny enough, still. But we'll go for Deduction and see what happens. I would heal Stamina. Did I lose Bath? I should really remember this stuff. Also, I think the boss of Ward was my second encounter. I feel pretty sure about that. I've been kind of ranting on and on this video about things, but well, also been talking about the game itself, so it's not a complete waste. Also, I think I used the empty bottle. I'm still keeping it on me, just in case things happen. And until the horror catches up, I'm not going to use this Doom either. So at this point in life, pretty much, in World of Horror, 1.01, for Jury, I often try to play her as intended now that she's a lot more flexible. I'm not going to say she's playable now. She was always playable. It's just RNG and your own gamer knowledge, which accounts for more of the reason why you succeed or fail. It always played a factor. So at this point, until the horror catches up, I don't often use Doom, and the only two things I'd use Doom for afterward is either checkbook for the vending machine or rest a lot. I think those are the two main uses that I think are good for Jury. Now, I haven't explored Jury a lot. I'm not a Jury main at any expense, and yes, we're going to use that term because it applies generally to all video games. It can apply here, especially in a game... Oh, that's right, I have Mangled Hands still. I need to get rid of that. So what we're actually going to do is we are going to, one, use the finally discard the discharge summary, which I forgot to discard, but two, also sell the painkillers. And if I get out of fun, a third use of Doom is to just perfectly... Oh, I can't afford it because... Is it really because of this? It is. Well, unfortunately I can't sell... You know what? I'm just going to actually sell the empty bottle then. I'm here now. I don't want to go back in. Yes, I'm partially lazy, but we get a second discharge summary, so you know what? It's all worth it. 3 funds for extra experience is pretty good, and Doomed already is also pretty good. That being said, I don't think I can survive this encounter yet, so I'm actually going to rest once. But I should be able to level up. I might even be able to hit level 6. Deduction Jury is pretty cool. And I'm going to do that to stave off out of funds. But, anywho, I should be able to survive this. 8 strength, there's no way I don't survive this. Although this boss is quite tanky if I'm on timeline B, which we are. So, 8 strength, I should be able to do this. Can I do this? Probably not. No, I can get this guaranteed, so it's fine. It's fine. And eventually, with that much damage going out, core strength, I didn't take zeal, but we didn't need it. We should be able to, we can perfectly, if I did not take core strength, I wouldn't have been able to do this. Because the other alternative was to take first aid, but we had arms. I would like to say, I would feel, you know, I would like to say that I assumed this much when I had arms, but I did actually forget I had arms for a moment. And then we lost Bath, but our horror progress is about to catch up to us, and we have adrenaline, and I could actually just, we're gonna heal stamina to be safe here. I'm not gonna play around. And yeah, turns out this quick play video has a lot more in it than I thought it was gonna have. Now we can also visit Festival and rest at least twice, just to play it safe. If the horror catches up, it's not the worst thing in the world, because now I'm level 6, and this is a lot. This is a lot of levels. I should actually take Perception here, but there's no Perception check in the Lighthouse, and I care about Strength more. Even though I am using the thingamajiggy, the Army Knife. I haven't actually used the Army Knife a lot before 1.01, and in fact, I went a whole... For those who have not been with this channel for a while, I have not been playing with the Army Knife for a good half of 1.01, so I think Army Knife was buffed. I feel like Army Knife was buffed. Was it ever buffed? That's how much I don't know about it. But now that I've been playing with Perception a lot more, or at least Perception characters, because custom characters did throw a thing into my own meta, yeah, Perception isn't bad, but at the same time, you know, well, I have Adrenaline right now, so this is not really an accurate use of the Army Knife, but I'm trying to talk about prep attack. So prep attacking with the Army Knife, I think still requires a good amount of... I'll talk about that in a moment. A good amount of Perception. So you do need to be a Perception character. Now that being said... Boy, is it a time to have cut artery here. Thankfully, I'm in a town mystery, and if I'm in... Yeah, we don't have a lot of investigations left, so I can get rid of that. And we will be able to level up one more time, I think. As long as we're not on timeline B. But I'm at level 6. We are pretty powerful right now. We're on timeline A, and we get to level up at least one more time. Because horror progress decreases. We don't know what's going to happen, so... before I get time skip, though, let's actually level up, and we get Fast Swimmer, and now we become Omega Jury. This is peak Jury right here. I think that might even be the thumbnail of this run. We're on our last mystery with 57% Doom. Yeah, we're probably going to rest it all off, but... This is a very powerful Jury. We have Doom. We have a lot of perks that together would make any character good. Almost no matter what weapon you use, save for maybe the Wooden Bat. I count the shovel because the shovel is actually pretty cool, in my opinion. Takshisan is last, but this is fine. Unless I die to Reason here. I'm going to take a risk because we're Omega Jury right now. Alpha, whatever you want to call it. But this is not normal. This is not normal at all. This is not normal. This is not normal. To my benefit, this is not normal. So, yeah, this is Jury. This is Jury. Also, I still have the cut artery, by the way. And yeah, the horror caught up, but I don't really care because we have everything we need. The whole point of Jury is to become as powerful as possible before the horror catches up. Unless you're really trying to immerse yourself into for some reason, but this is the best you can be as Jury. Now, events can still kill me because RNG, but RNG's been pretty bad medical history wise. This is, I think, the first run in a long time, including medical history runs, where I have actually suffered under the hands of medical history to this degree. Because, yeah, this is Attack Dog, Core Strength, both Adrenaline and Fast Swimmer. This is... I would use certain phrasing here, but I don't want to be weird, so... We're going to purposely fail this for the purpose of Doomed already. At that speed, I could have just reacted to it, but trust me, I have Discipline and Doomed already too, so no matter what, I'm going to heal. And yes, you're going to hear background noises still. So, yeah, I'm going to heal no matter what. Now, the question is, do I lose more stamina or lose more reason and somehow die still? That's entirely up to the game, but reaching the lighthouse like this is pretty okay. So even assuming that I fail a bunch of my lighthouse checks, unless we get time skip, I shouldn't really feel threatened. Oh, and maybe Blood Moon, but if we don't have Takshisan, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Well, we can get drenched here, but we have Fast Swimmer and Adrenaline. Like, this run is over. This run is... If I lose this run, I should just stop playing World of Horror for like 3 days, because I would feel that ashamed. Second mystery was Ward. Dexterity, blah, blah, strength. I don't need to worry about anything. I shouldn't need to worry about anything. So we're just going to do this and move on. We have a dog with us. We have things. With this is Ward. We don't even have the second encounter check. But I feel like it was the boss. Unless there was an encounter I ran into between two bosses, basically. I'm pretty sure I fought a boss first as my first enemy, and then I fought a boss as my second enemy. This is really good RNG. This is a good RNG run. Alright, I was carried by RNG finally being good. Now, unfortunately, if I'm to be doom and gloom, this good luck came at the cost of I'm not doing anything this video. This is not part of a challenge series, so you know what? I would have liked this luck to come in during a challenge series, during a Nuzlocke or anything, but you know what? For a video talking about Jury, I think it did pretty well. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That would help me out the most. And if I can speak correctly, I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye!